Hi. Welcome to Module 7, providing the product or service. Remember the sales forecast that you did in the last module? I'm sure you do. If the forecast occurred as you expected, but you had produced less units than what were forecasted, you would have lost some sales. On the other hand, if you had made, or bought more units than what you expected to sell within, say a month, the excess would end up in storage or what accountants would consider as ending inventory. This plus your projected sales will be the goods you'll have available for sale. What happens on the next month? Your ending inventory of the current month would then be the beginning inventory of the following month, which you'll have to subtract from the goods you have for sale to find out how many units you have to make for that particular month. Let's have your first activity for this module. List down the raw materials that you will need for your business. Opposite that column, write down the name and address of the supplier. In the last, put in the unit price. You should know how much raw materials you'll need for a given period of time by working back from the amount of goods that you expect to produce per day or week or month or year. Use your Module 6 sales estimates expressed in units and accomplish the following form. Price of the raw material is not the only thing that is important in production. So is its availability in terms of time and quantity. There's no problem if your raw material is available the whole year round, like wood, paper or hemp. But what if your raw material is a fruit that is seasonal? Imagine yourself with a rush but very profitable order, and you're running low on one important raw material. You make a series of phone calls or make the rounds. What do you find out? Either the quantity that your suppliers have falls short of what you need, or they'll have the quantity you want, but you have to wait for 2 weeks. Meanwhile, you're running out of time and your reputation as a reliable manufacturer is on the line. You may get discounts by buying bigger volumes, but you also have to consider your available cash, storage costs, and even shelf life of the raw material. There are so many ways of doing things. Even within each production step, there will be alternative ways of doing things. If your intended business is wood-based, will you be using hand tools or power tools? Perhaps a combination? If your business is in garments or linens, will you be using manual or high-speed machines? I'm sure you're not only going to decide on the basis of technology, but also other factors such as acquisition and maintenance costs, availability of spare parts, financing and after-sales service, skills availability and sales volume. Using the previous slides as an example, why don't you make your own by filling up the following form? List the major steps and tasks that you need to do to make your product. Opposite each task, specify the time it takes for you to finish. If you're not sure, I suggest you use a longer time estimate, to be on the safe side. Please note that I also provided extra columns for other items like utensils, skills and so on. Analyze each task you have written down. Some may be recurring while the others may not. Since some tasks are sequential, you have to look out for potential delays. What do I mean? Let's take a look at the following example. Manual slicing of the knot appears time-consuming. However, if you will use a machine to do this job, quality and consistency of the product may suffer. So better allow it this way. On the other hand, allowing the knot to cool for 1 hour seems to be time-consuming. Therefore, you may want to explore investing in a refrigerator or a freezer. You may be alone now in starting your own business. But this is just the beginning. As your business starts to grow, you will need additional hands to help you run it. But how do you determine how many workers will you need? You can do better than gut feel or intuition. First, determine the number of hours it takes to make your product. Then divide it by 8 hours, since a worker may not work for more than what is regulated by law. That's it. Don't give up just now. If you've gotten this far, I know you can do the rest. So see you in the next module.